Hello, we're Group 1. The organization we will be focusing on today is Beyond Walls. Beyond Walls is a urban squash program for youth in Twin Cities. I believe Beyond Walls is the only squash playing program for youth in the metro area. The U of M does have a squash team, but it's not really related to Beyond Walls. Beyond Walls operates Monday through Thursday from 3 to 6 and on some Saturdays. So, some of the concerns we had about communication is how to effectively hold regular meetings with participants in different locations, ways to communicate and ways to communicate regularly, how to schedule a time that is appropriate for everyone. So, to do that, I believe Doodle will be a very helpful tool because everyone can pick the time that works for them, block the times that don't work, so that by the end of like everybody going through that, they will be able to find a time that works. Google Hangout is another great one, sort of like what we're doing right now. Google Calendar so that everyone can see what the month hold or what's coming up. Google Docs so that everyone can work on the documents together. Really, any Google tool, really. Another tool I thought of was WhatsApp. You can kind of just it's like a text messaging app so that everyone you can have a group for different things. If the organizations has different departments, maybe those different departments can have a group that they can talk to, and then a bigger one. GroupMe is another great one. How will they discuss important topics in the group? The approach I took on this is just having an open mind, having a safe space, accepting of others. Since, squash is a sort of kind of new, it's like tennis, but not really. So people are going to have different views, they're going to think differently. So just being open minded. Another great communication tool is an app called Trello. I've actually used this during my summer job when I was working for the city. So Trello is kind of like a Facebook-ish thing, but it's private for a company. So it's free. So that will definitely cut down the cost, and the company, like everyone within the company will be able to know what's going on and just keep track, and hopefully that will help them communicate better.
All right, so I'm Connor, and next I'm going to be talking about the consistency within the brand and also marketing. So first off, I want to talk about what does consistency mean in our organization. So making sure that the branding and marketing messages for each location are the same. So with expansion, it can get tricky to um, change up what ideas, keeping ideas straight, making sure everybody's on the same page gets tricky. And we also want ease when doing collaborative work. So why this is important to us is it's making sure that our programs have up-to-date information, whether that be new training programs or new academic things that they'll need help with, and also making sure that they have the best available resources that are handy and ready to use whenever they need them. Next, our plan to create a consistency within the group is to use team leads to process workflow. So having one person in charge of everything, whether that's a new activity, a new training regiment, anything like that. Next would be to establish goals and deadlines for projects, just keeping everybody on the same page. These will be established by team leads. Next would be to use Google's multiple platforms for collaboration, which I'll talk about in the next slide. So first one is Google Hangout, which is what we're using now. So it allows for face-to-face communication for meetings, even if the group is in different states, whatever that may be, cities. Wherever they are, they're able to talk face-to-face. Next is Google Docs, which is a collaborative workspace, which allows everybody to use and contribute to one single document. So there's no multiple copies floating around, anything else that can get screwed up. It's all in one place. And then last is Google Drive, which is a space for everybody to upload their work, as well as have accessible documents in the cloud where everybody can get to these documents and use them as they're updated by different people. So there will be access to them no matter where they are or where you are in the country. So, and that is it.
Hi, I'm Lindsay, and now I'm going to tell you something. Now, our organization is planning to open a new location in another state or country. So, I'm going to show you our abilities to work in different and distant cities, and I want to show you that our management can be effective and efficient. And yeah, first one, I want to show you three kings to good management. I think the first very important thing is that don't avoid conflict, but deal with it directly. And the second one is try to see things through the eyes of others and get help when you need to. I think all these things has a basic foundation that we should have really good communication. Yeah, the vital and significant point to achieve these three kings is to have good communication. In the following part, I'll show you some efficient ways and tools that we can communicate with managers and colleagues even if we are far away from each other. And the first thing I want to say that is Google Document. Yeah, I think this is a best way to distribute work through Google Document. Managers can distribute all employees' weekly work by using a Google document in Google, and he can require every employee to write a feedback of their daily work. By using this, manager can have a clear idea about each employee's progress. And Google is another cloud-based file storage, and in reality, that Google security track record is really good. Data stored with Google is probably as safe as it could be in most corporate data space. And another very important thing I want to mention is that we can have GoToMeeting. Then we can meet and have web conference with each other. This is used for meeting and web conference if managers want to have a meeting or a conference with employee. This is one of the best choice, and this is how it looks like. It's really straightforward and it's really easy to use. And it only costs $49 a month, and you can have 30 days to use it for free. It has three products: GoToMeeting, GoToWebinar, and GoToTraining. And the function of this is that it have application sharing, click on recording, join tools, and voice conference ability. And if you have a Mac, PC, iPad, or iPhone, you can have access to this. And another very important thing is that since our organization also provides academic help, we want to improve our students' academic results. So we can also use this Twinder. This is actually a very popular based meeting place for study groups. It allows you to mark up website, graphs, and images and more while a whiteboard. And I think it's really super useful for study group. By using this, instructors in Minnesota can provide academic guidance to students in our new location, and our teachers in Minnesota also can use this to train new teachers in other places. It helps instructors to explain themselves more clearly, and for students, it's easy to understand. And we also have iMessage, FaceTime, and email to communicate by individuals. If you have individual troubles or concerns, you can use this. And then Anika will tell you something about growth.
Hi guys, so I am going to be talking a little bit about growth today for Beyond Walls. And so what I'm going to start talking about is our current partners. And so our current partners are the National Urban Squash and Education Association, the University of Minnesota, the Multicultural Family Literacy Program, Commodore Squash Club, Venture Academy, and Washington Technology Magnet School. And so we hope to expand. We currently have a board of directors, staff, and youth council, and we want to expand to another location. We want larger emphasis on donating to this organization. We already have our donations on a tab on our front page, but we want to have a bigger emphasis on donating to this awesome organization. And then we want to get out in the community and spread the word about our programs. We want to make a bigger deal of utilizing social media while talking about not just our splash program, but the academics and all the other benefits that go with it. So for presenting and reaching potential partners, a lot of times you're going to have to reach people that are not within driving distance or even close just to have a meeting. So you can use Skype, Google Hangout, Prezi, Haiku Deck, Google Drive, Screencast, which we're all very aware of in this class, Adobe Voice, Visme, Keynote, and for social media, Facebook. So I'm going to go over two different things today. Visme is a cloud-based presentation maker. It includes slides, infographics, wireframes, product demos, and banner ads. These presentations are easy to create, and they fully work on desktops as well as mobile devices, which make them really great for meetings. If you have to run out and you want to see the presentation on your phone, you can also share them online and put them on a site and download for offline use, which can be really, really great, again, if you're running out or if you're going to an offsite location. It's free for up to 3 products, and it's only $7 a month after that, which is really great. And then there's Adobe Voice, which allows you to add a video component to your presentations, which can be really nice if you're trying to appeal to people that are farther away. Then they'll be able to see your face while you're doing the video introducing a product or demos or anything like that. So it takes one click and you can produce a product or story while your viewer sees your images and facts all at the same time, and it will automatically produce a video for you, which is great if you're not as technologically savvy as I'm not myself. So yeah, now we're going to go to Micah talking about benefits and challenges.
Okay, hi everyone. So I am going to talk about the benefits and challenges of virtual collaboration. So basically, essentially what virtual collaboration is, it is a method of when you collaborate with a virtual team that is carried out via technology, and mostly through anything that you can use technology channels to do. And to continue on, some benefits of virtual collaboration, as mentioned earlier by some of my group members, is the communication aspect of what we want our organization to have. Is to we talked about using Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Hangout, and Group Me to communicate. And I think as a benefit of virtual collaboration with that, is that increases the amount of expertise. For example, for our organization, we want to increase the growth in the youth, and so in order to do that, it's important to be able to keep ideas from different parts of the world instead of just having the communication here locally. So you can get ideas from other places and have that diversity of ideas to create better programming for the youth of our organization. And also another benefit of virtual collaboration is that it's cost effective. For example, we wouldn't have to be driving to meet up at a place, or we wouldn't have to set up meetings and fly over to a different place to collaborate with each other. It can all be done online and through webcam and Google Hangout. And then to continue off of that, some challenges that comes with virtual collaborations, as mentioned earlier by some of members. Partner is talking about consistency collaboration. If you don't keep whatever apps here, they're messy and this can get lost along the way. And also, Lindsay talked about management, and challenges with management is that she mentioned that managing conflict should be done directly with each other. People should, talk to each other directly and resolve those conflicts. But with virtual collaboration, that can be a little difficult as you're not with a person face to face. It can be done online, and if, for example, if you're communicating through emails, a lot of things can get misinterpreted and misread. So in conclusion, I would say our group, with the 5 concerns, we believe that with the methods that we all came up with, like using different apps and different online tools, it will help better these organizations. Did we recording?